Hey guys, part two. Sorry, I ran out of video. I don't edit or anything. I just record and upload, so I never know when I'm gonna run out. Because if I start looking around in there, I'll just delete everything. So this has worked for me so far. I'm sticking with it. But anyway, where was I? So I was talking about giving my father-in-law the edible, small dose of an edible, and him starting to feel the effects of it. And he ended up getting a really good. Um, because it knocked him out eventually and slept really well and was in a really good mood for a little while, for quite a while. So I was really, really happy to help him with that. I've been trying to for months now, um, but it was tough to get beyond that. And I respected it. I knew that's when I had to be slow as far as helping him. I had to respect that 35 years he had put into his just staying sober, and he really, because of his perceptions and beliefs, um, about marijuana, especially growing up in the he grew up in Watts in the '60s, so tough man, um, some deep down beliefs, firm beliefs in there that's got to work through. So to get him to try marijuana, even though like I went through a medicinal dispensary and stuff for it, that was a tough wall to break down. But I was very, very grateful that today, finally, after you know five and a half, almost 6 months now of like just the heaviest of pain medications and other medications that he's been on. There's been times where he's been in the hospital, just like morphine drips and dilated shots, and it's been pretty bad pain, and that a lot of that stuff has been going on so long now. It's starting to become ineffective, or it doesn't last long, or it causes, um, after taking it so long, it starts to have side effects themselves. The biggest being losing effectiveness or needing more of it. And one of the drawbacks, the big drawbacks, really, big drawbacks of the fight here against opioids and the opioid epidemic, the fact that these doctors prescribe a gazillion more pain pills than they should have over the last 20 years around, now legit pain suffering patients, especially terminal ones, can't get the pain medications they need or in the quantity they need, or they make it such a hassle, the pharmacies, to fill the prescriptions. For instance, he has to pick between getting his pain medications in a pill form or patch form. And that's a very big deal if you've ever dealt with chronic pain or you've been in bad pain from surgeries or an illness. That's a very, very bad deal, because what that means is you can only take a pill every, say 4 hours, right? Some longer, but just say every 4 hours. Well, and especially as they become ineffective. So you take a pill, it takes half hour to work. So you're in pain, you take a pill, you got to wait a half hour for it to start working. It's supposed to last 4 hours. It only actually lasts, say 3 now, and it's getting less or whatever. So that means, it starts running out quicker and quicker and quicker. So now you're in pain again, but yet it's an hour away before you can take your pain medication again. You get where I'm going? So by the time that hour passes, you're in that much more pain because you've had to lay there. So now you take a pill. It takes the edge off maybe, but it doesn't really knock it back because your pain level's it's up so high now, you can't. And so it's just up, down, up, down, up, down. Well, the patches make that a lot harder because the patches are steady, they're transdermal over like 72 hours. So you put that on there, bam, that keeps you at like, say maybe a 4, steady, steady, steady. And then say you get a chronic, something happens, you need to move, you have to go to the doctor's appointment, whatever, and you get a spike, you can take like a pill for that, right? And you can control those spikes, and you can keep your baseline manageable. My grandfather, who raised me primarily, was diagnosed when I was 3 years old with chronic illness. So I watched that man my entire life have to manage his pain in any way he could, and he didn't have access to nothing like medical marijuana, that's for sure, or whatever, because it could have made a big difference. But so I understand completely when when you see someone dealing with terminal chronic pain, or not even terminal, just chronic pain. It there's a it is so overwhelming that no other parts of your personality can get through. None. You know, none. At least none, and none of the good sides. Because what's going to get through is a phone ringing that irritates that person, and you hear them yell at someone to turn the phone off. That's all. That's the only thing that's going to get through when someone's in that much pain, or if they're laying there. And the other problem too with that up and down thing is when the patient has to go through it. Even when they get relief, like they're in pain, they take a pill, it happens to work a little, it works pretty good, it takes it off, an hour later. So now they're laying there, not necessarily in some pain, but they know this is going to run out in an hour. Excuse me, man, that massage today just opened me right on up. But this one's just close to me. So I was going to talk about a bunch of things that happened today because they've been amazing. I mean, truly amazing. It's weird, but this one is just deep to me right now. And so then the idea of having to go through that, knowing that that's coming back, that pain is coming back, that anxiety of anticipating that pain now becomes just as bad as that pain. And now you're locked in your head. Even when you are getting a little bit of physical relief, you're still trapped up here, man. So I don't know what needs to be done to change people's outlook. First of all, anything that can take that away from a person should be considered. Anything. You shouldn't even start with, well, that's a drug used for this or a drug used for anything. Like Colorado just legalized mushrooms. I don't know a thing about mushrooms. I'm not suggesting anyone use them for any means. But if mushrooms could help my father-in-law, look, his life's gonna end bedridden. It doesn't matter if it's tomorrow or in a year. I mean, it matters, but that's just what he's dealing with. Like his body is shutting down. The physical one is shutting down. That's all that's going on, and it's just deteriorating from the inside. And there's nothing he can do about it. But his mind is still 100% there. Almost feels, to him, I bet he almost feels detached from his body, like what the hell am I stuck in? It must be what it's starting to feel like. And that's a tough place to be. And so especially, and no idea how long you're going to be in that, because he's fighting, because like I said, he's a strong man, so I know he's going to fight for a long time. So that's the reason I haven't given up trying to get him to try some of these alternatives, because I knew he's going to lay there and fight, man. He ain't giving up. And I mean, that's just who he is. It's who he's always been. So I was happy that he was finally willing to, because I could see in that one little pretzel and that one little slight bit of change in him. That if we find out the right amount to give him, whether it's half a pretzel every 4 hours, every 6 hours, every 8 hours, whatever it is, it's going to take a couple, and that's what I told him today. It's going to take a few days to figure out how much you need and how often you need it. But you can figure out a point so that you have a new baseline, and you don't have to worry about. And there's no side effects to this, except for positive ones. Like, he also has no appetite, which means he has no energy, which means he has no fuel to fight this pain, this inflammation, this going on inside of him. So the side effect of making him a little more hungry is a huge win. You understand? So I don't know what else to say, except that I'm glad we got to that point today, and I'm looking very forward to tomorrow, because it's my daughter's graduation from 8th grade, and we were going to move the whole ceremony over to their house, so he didn't have to be taken out of his bed and stuff. And but my mother-in-law talked to him, and he's like, no, I really want to get up out of this and come visit and get up out. He just wanted to get out. Think about that. He wanted. We were going to move it all over there. He wants to get up and come over here. And he's going to be able to do that because of a chocolate covered pretzel. That's pretty powerful stuff. Good night.